Hi guys, all of you, good afternoon and welcome back to MySQL class 2. Guys, so now we are entering into practical session. Guys, in previous class we saw that how to install MySQL and how to connect to MySQL. So now we are entering into MySQL. So just let me show you that. So yes guys, say MySQL hyphen u root hyphen p successfully we logged in into MySQL guys. Now so how we work with MySQL? From where we need to start? So what is the structure of MySQL? What are the components in MySQL? So where we need to start work with MySQL commands? These are the very important things, guys. Here, keep in mind, guys. So basically we need to start. Just imagine it. See, this is the database. This is the database. Now what we are doing, we need to be entered into database. So already we have entered. If you observe here, if you see this one, already we are in MySQL. So this is the MySQL prompt. So by the credentials, by the login credentials, we have entered into MySQL. What is the username? By the by root user, we logged in into MySQL. Now the cursor is inside. Now the cursor is inside MySQL. See guys, directly we can't insert the data here. We can't insert the data here. That we can't put the data in any kind of file format. I mean that so .txt format or word format or something. We can't put like that. So we need to store the data in rows and columns format because every database works with like that only. The databases will work in the rows and format, data format. In the rows and format, the data will store into the database. So here what we have to do? What we have to do? So we need to write the data in the rows and columns format. So how we can write rows and columns format? Of course, we can't write it directly. The structure already is designed. The MySQL database structure already it is designed. Not only MySQL, every database works or stores the data in rows and format. If we want to store the data, we need to follow some rules and regulations or instructions. Already the MySQL having some instructions. So first of all, once you enter into the database, so first we need to create a database. Actually, actually the data stores in how it is stores. See guys, see this is the rows and columns. See guys, in rows and columns format. See guys, see this is the entire row 1, row 2, and column 1, column 2, column 3, like that. For example, if we take one example, for example, SNO, if you want to store the data, if you want to store the students information, for example, SNO, next S name, next F name, father name, ADDR, next DOB, for example, date of birth. Example, data. This is one small one or one example. This is one example table. If you want to store that, if you want to store data in MySQL, you need to store the data will store in this format. The data structure will create like this, but it's a table. It is a one table. What is the table name? What is the table name? Yes, yes, just merge. See guys, student table, student table, or student info, student info table. See guys. So here we need to create a table with the name of, if you want to store like this, you need to create a table, the format or with the name of any one desired name, student table or student info, student data or something, depends on that. But whatever we are going to creating names and databases, that should be under under MySQL conditions. The name should not be what is that, identifier or literal or keyword or reserved words, like that. But of course we'll see that upcoming classes. But here, if you want to store this data, you can't store directly in the MySQL. You can't store this data directly in the MySQL. You should not accept that. You should not accept that. So here what we have to do, so you can't do like this, you can't insert like this. So it's mean directly we can't insert data in the MySQL. So these data base or this database table should be inside one database. This is the database. It should be stored in the database. Now create one database and enter into that database, then you can create a table and you can insert the data. Got it, guys? We need to do like this. You need to, first of all, you need to create the database. After that, you need to create a table. After that, you can insert the data whatever you want inside this database. So until that we can't store the data. Okay, guys, so we can't store the data. Like this. So first of all, what you have to do, once you enter into the database, then you create a database. Then immediately you have to create a database in the MySQL software, MySQL server software. Inside this database, then you can create a table. Whatever you want. So it's a mean. So in the MySQL, inside the MySQL, there are the databases. It's a database. You can create how many databases you can. So we can create one or more databases in one single user. In one single user, we can create one or more databases. Okay. Inside this database, for example, the database name is yes cloud. This is the database. The same database is the here. Cloud. You got it, guys? Got it now? So this is the structure. So first, what we have to do, we need to create a database. After that, we need to create a table. So first of all, now let me show you how to create the database. So before creating the database, yes, we need to check the database list. Whatever the databases are existed, whatever the databases exists in the databases. If we want to see those databases, yes, we need to apply the command show databases. Show databases. Okay, guys. Now the command first, once you enter into the database, you can apply the command show databases. See, guys, show databases. So these are the existed databases. These are the existed databases. So now what we are doing? Now we are going to creating databases. Our own databases. Now we are going to create it. So the database name is whatever you want. Yes, you can put any one database. Now create create database. Create database. Database name is CloudGen. See, guys. But keep in mind, every query, most of the cases, 99% of the queries should ends with semicolon. It's very, very important. Whenever you are going to executing a query nothing but question. In databases, whatever, whenever you are going to writing one command or one instruction, that's the instruction or command calling as a query. Now I am querying, I am asking to database. I'm asking or I'm instructing, I'm giving one instruction to database to create a database. So what is the database name? CloudGen. At present, we don't have that CloudGen database name. See, guys, query okay. Successfully we have created one query. Successfully we have created one query. Now see once again, show databases. See, guys, now we are having query. Successfully we have created one database. It's mean what we did. Now we have created one database with the name of CloudGen. We will discuss later on that is the case sense also we will discuss in upcoming classes. But at present we are using all are lowercase. But here try to avoid spaces. CloudGen. Now we have created one database that's name calling as a CloudGen. Now see, guys, successfully we have created. So what is this one? What we did now? So command is to list existed existed databases. To list existed databases. Command to list existed databases. Next, command to create a new database. Command to create a new database. After creating, once again, to list existing database. Command to list or command to see the newly created databases. Just now we have created database. Now command to enter into the database. Now we are using the database. Yes, to use newly or any one database use. Sorry. What? Command to use a database, either new one or old one, anyone. Command to use a database. Yes, here the command is use CloudGen. But try to try to apply the not try. You should apply the semicolon end of the statement. So guys, changed. Database changed. If you want to see the if you want to see the database name, which one we are using? Which one we are using? Yes. Now command select database. Forgot that, no, semicolon. See, if you forget about that semicolon, this will happen. See guys. So now we are in CloudGen database. Now we are in CloudGen database. Use CloudGen is a command. That command used for to choose database. Without a database, you can't create a table or you can't insert a data. There is no chance to create a table. In MySQL, you should create a database name. Then, then you have to use that database name. After that, you need to work with the tables and records. So otherwise we can't do that kind of process. I mean that we can't create a table and we can't insert the data in the tables. First of all, there is no chance to create a table. We can't create a table without a database. That's a mandatory. So without a table, there is no data. Without a table, there is no data. So first of all, what we should have a database. We should be logged in into particular the database. So, but if you want to create a database, this is the command to create a database, and this is the command to use to list the databases, and that is the command to use into database name, and that is the command to see the default database name. Select database. Okay, guys. So this is the process. Now, so once we enter into the database, yes, so select star from a tab table tables. But these queries, guys, keep in mind who are having that SQL, who are having that Oracle SQL. You can't you can't execute all commands here. You can't execute all commands here. Okay, guys. Now what we did. So now so the same command, that command used for to list the all existing tables. So if you want to see the tables, show tables. Okay, guys, MD6. The same command select star from tab command used for to list down all existing tables in the present user. Where? In Oracle. In Oracle SQL, there is a command. But that command won't work here. This is the command. Show tables is the command. That command used for to list the existing tables in the database, selected database. See guys, now at present we are in database. Present we are in database. Now what we are doing that I'm switching into another database. Is show databases. Yes. Now I'm switching into another database. If you want to switch one database to another database, use database name. Yes. Now select database. Yes. At present we are in MySQL database. If you want to drop the database name, I mean that if you want to delete the database name, yes, drop drop database name. What is that? For example, CloudGen. But don't forget about that semicolon. End of the statement. See guys, successfully deleted. Now show show database. See guys, Cloudgen Cloudgen was deleted. This is the process, and these are the command to switch into database to uh, to drop. I mean that if you want to delete the database commands and create a database. Now let me just wait, guys. See here what we did. See guys, select database. Just wait. Yes, this is the command to list existing database, and this is the command to use to enter into the database. Now successfully we have changed the database. Successfully we have changed the database, and and this is the command to see the present using our default database name. Default database. See guys. Next. Yes. Command command to list tables from 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 the present database name, from the present using database, present using database. See this. Now now see, to switch one database to another database, to switch one database to another database. So database changed. Yes, already we are in one database. We are in CloudGen database. Now command to switch one database to another database. Here guys, here already we are in CloudGen. Just be in the prompt, apply that use another database name. Syntax, syntax. Okay, use use database name. Use database name. Here need to be choose need to be choose the database name. Okay, for example, see guys. For example, database. Next, okay, database changed. Database see, after changing command to see the changed changed database name. command to see the changed database name. Okay, at present we are in MySQL database. Now command command to drop or delete to drop or delete the database command. Drop database name. Syntax drop database name, database space, database name, database name. Okay, yes. Example. Yes. After delete up, yes. Command to see or list existed databases after databases after dropping the database command. Okay, guys. See, guys. This is the process to switch one database to another database, and command to use the database, and command to create a database, and command to use database, dropping, creating, using, dropping. Okay, guys, like that. Use equals to, yes, we can use for switch up purpose also. The use command used for to switch one database to another database. Okay, guys, that's all in this session. Next we will see working with the databases along with the tables, guys, in next session. Thank you.